So a great victory for Spurs as they get the win to give them the 3 points. That puts them level on points now with Aston Villa in fourth. Remember, the way the coefficient looks, it will be the top 5 unless something extraordinary happens in Europe. But for Spurs, cruise along nicely. 3-1, the victory there against Forest. First half, they weren't convincing at all. They got it done, though, in the second half.
They started the game well, and then they got really ragged. I mean, really ragged. And Forest, actually, they had a good win against Fulham at home, and they came to play. And they were dangerous in the wide positions. They got in behind quite a lot, and obviously Chris Wood up front. There's no subtlety about him, but he'll put himself about. And you got Gibbs White floating in behind, who's a good player. And you saw it. Forest should have been winning at half-time. I mean, they gave Tottenham a lot of problems as the first half wore on. But what I like about Postecoglou is he's nobody's friend. Because Basuma and Sarr have been good players for them this season, but at half-time he went off.
Yeah.
He went Bentancur, Højbjerg. Højbjerg sit a bit deeper. Let's try and break the play up a little bit. And that worked wonders for them in the second. They were much, much better in the second half, and deserved to win in the end. But that's what I like about this manager, amongst the way they play and other things, is that he's not frightened. When it's not working, he will make a change. And he did that at half-time, and he was spot on.
And the change paid off.
Yeah, big time. And actually, I was thinking he might have pulled Maddison as well, because he's been struggling. He was struggling in this game until he came up with the run and the ball back for the third goal. Yep. But Tottenham, even when not at their best and not in sync, they put so much pressure on you that eventually you just crack. And that's really what happened. This was no vintage performance. The passing and the movement wasn't spot on, but they keep trying to do the right thing all the time. And as we saw, if you don't do it, you're off. Somebody else, I've got somebody else. He can bring Kulusevski on and do it. He brings Bentancur on. He does it. So, yeah, it's all about pressure, and Forest cracked.
They're fun to watch, aren't they, Frank?
Yeah, they are. They are. Even if we almost saw the best goal of the season from Nottingham Forest at the beginning with Murillo, he should have scored from 70 yards away, and he almost went there. So, and he was very unfortunate after with the own goal. Yeah, it's what I like about Spurs, and especially Postecoglou. You know what? The change that he was capable of doing, and we could see that average first half, and the enthusiasm that the player puts on after in the second half. You like watching Tottenham. I really think that they're not going to win anything this season, but they can catch the 4th spot and get in the Champions League, and they deserve it because the way they play, the pleasure that they put into the game, you can feel it and you enjoy watching them. It's always enthusiastic, and I appreciate it.
Villa have a game in hand. They're level on points. As I mentioned, 4th and 5th would be fine, but 4th for Spurs would be a great result this season.
Well, yeah, and Villa obviously were cruising yesterday and lost 3 goals in the spin to Brentford and found themselves from 2-0 up, 3-2 down and chasing the game. But one of the things that's interesting with Postecoglou is that we all sort of thought, watching him and seeing the way that he operates, that he was everybody's friend in the dressing room, and he was like, the guy that just, everybody's mates with him, and he's not. He's kind of more standoffish a little bit, and I think that allows him to make these decisions with no doubt in his mind that if he needs to be done, he's the manager. He's not everybody's friend, and yeah, they're in a great position. What was it, 8th last year? Sold Harry Kane.
Yeah,
playing horrible football. It's been pretty good up to now.